Hey, Phil Nicaud here with Legendary. It is Tuesday, March 17th, 2020. I wanted to film another video. I filmed a video last Saturday, March 14th, and I did that for my customers, and it ended up taking off, and a lot of people started watching that. And so that last video, really I shared a revelation that I had about my posturing when I was confronted with the fear and anxiety of this entire pandemic that's going on, and really a faith thought that came up in my mind. And then I shared a practical process. So that posturing was deal with reality, stand in faith, and move with action and power as a leader. I remember telling you guys that, hey, look, as a leader, everybody's keying off of you. And if we get our eyes and our focus right, we can shine in the middle of this crisis. The practical applications and steps that I did with my clients were pretty simple. It was number one, define the crisis. You had to define the crisis for your own family and for your team. I gave a strong warning. Don't let the media define the crisis. Let you define this crisis as the responsible party for your group. And then second, develop your response. I encourage you to get with your team members, your senior management teams, and develop how you guys as an organization are going to, and a leadership team, respond to this crisis. And third, I had a soft encouragement to determine your reward. And I remember telling you guys that there is a reward for serving. There's a lot of work that you have to do in the middle of these crises, but you can shine. There's a lot of work, but there's a great reward if you do it. Now, since I gave that, and by the way, real quick, my philosophy that I settled in on was business as usual, increase your level of service. Business as usual, increase your level of service. Well, a lot has changed since Saturday, and it's only Tuesday. So President Trump came out and said that he wants us to connect only in a limited fashion, less than 10 people in one gathering. And so the CDC has given more information and all of that. And so the philosophy has changed. It's been tweaked a little bit. And now it's business as unusual, increase your level of service through innovation. Business as unusual, increase your level of service through innovation. Before I get into some practical examples, because many of you have texted, emailed, and called me since they saw that video, I want to talk to you about the posturing of your heart. Again, it's really a matter, how can we do this? How can we take our eyes off of ourselves and put them on to others? And so that's what I want to talk to you about first. So for me, going through Hurricane Katrina in business, going through the BP oil spill in business, going through the 2008 real estate crisis in business, I am trained by now, and you guys are too. Y'all are legendary leaders that are resilient. I am trained by now to look up and look out. For me, I'm a Christian, and my source of strength, wisdom in the middle of all this chaos to get rid of all the fear and anxiety is coming from above. And that informs me to look out. Second, to look out. First of all, as a father and husband, I'm looking into my family. We have we're listening to all of the advisement from our state and local officials, CDC, and all of that. We're keeping clean. I got the last bottle of hand sanitizer at CVS today. Glory. So I'm taking care of our family, and we're taking care of business, and we're keeping it healthy and clean. All right, so there's no doubt we're doing that. I'm also taking this moment to dive deep with my family. There is extra time at home with the kids. My college sons are coming in town. They're coming to visit with us, and we're kind of hunkering down, and we're using this time to dig in with our family. So that's been a really good thing. The second thing I'm doing is I'm connecting with friends over the phone that I normally don't have the time to connect with. And so I'm using this time to build my friendships as well. But as a business leader, and that's who I'm addressing here today. My customers are business leaders, founders, CEOs, and executive leaders. And so as a leader, the main thing I'm doing is I'm digging in and focusing on three groups of people: my employees, my team members, my customers, and people in the community. My employees, I'm gonna tell you some practical steps that I'm doing with them. I spent hours on the phone yesterday and even Sunday talking to some of my associates, making sure their practice groups were thriving. They had clear plans on how to do it. One of them had a workshop, and we're actually gonna be Zooming some of the attendants into the workshop. They are on the South Shore of Lake Pontchartrain in New Orleans and other places, so we're innovating. My customers, this is part of my extra service, my innovative approach to serving my customers, inspiring legendary leaders to reach their highest potential. So if I can cut these videos and it can help you to focus on others and not just yourself, you'll walk in faith, not fear, and you'll have a greater impact during this time. So the third is the community, and this is pretty cool. I've gotten a lot of feedback on this. There are three groups of people that I think will bear the majority of the burden during this time in the community, not necessarily business owners. There's a lot of those that are suffering right now too, and we need to keep that in mind. But number one, and this is what we're learning from Italy and even from China, is that their healthcare workers are experiencing tremendous fatigue as they're being overwhelmed with people coming in and getting tested. And so one of my friends and clients has shut down 20 of his restaurants, converted them to go stores only. He took the extra food that he had in there, and they're feeding nurses and physicians for free at no charge. Another one of my clients owns a hair salon, and she's actually got the sheriff of her parish sending her some deputies, and they're gonna cut their hair for free and give them a head massage while they're going through all of this. I love that. And then some other ones are the government officials. So the three that I've identified that would carry a heavy burden are government officials that are working around the clock to inform the public and create policy and inform everyone. The other is healthcare, and this is the most supreme one. These are the people that are really experiencing some fatigue. And then some of your EMT, police, fire, anybody that will be going out there and dealing with this mass pandemic. So those are some of the ways that people are serving. Some of the ways that you're innovating, this is really cool. A Montessori school, to serve their students and their constituents, or really the parents of those students, they're actually gonna Zoom or Skype into the home so that the young children can see their teacher, have some kind of routine, sit down, sing their songs, do their learning, and stabilize during the next 2 weeks. How cool is that? They're using technology to innovate and serve their customers. I love that. And so we're getting stories and stories after that of how people are using technology to innovate during these times just by focusing on their customers. We're gonna, again, like I said, this conference that we're doing on April 21st, we're gonna continue to do that. I'm just gonna stream it live, and I'll also do a webinar. I'm using technology to serve my customers at a greater degree. Listen, if you guys focus up and focus out, you'll respond in faith and not fear, and you'll be the legendary leader that shines during this crisis, and that's what people remember. I hope this video helped you. If it did, send me your stories. Send me stories of how you're innovating to serve your customers, your employees, and your community, and responding in faith. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful. If it was, let me know. We'll see you soon.